2K Sports pregame show.
Greetings, everybody. Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. The fans are filling the seats in Orlando, the site of our broadcast, and where the Magic will be going up against the Detroit Pistons. Looking at the Pistons, their first time playing these guys this season. A year ago, going 1-2. They'd like to improve on that this go-around. And already the grind of the new season starting to show. Shaq, how do you stay fresh for the long haul, both as a player and as just a massive individual?
Veteran guys, you got to know how to pace yourself. And minute restrictions, it really has become a bigger part of the game.
Yeah, I agree. So, injury histories, always taken into account now. This is why you have to develop depth.
How do you stay fresh for the long haul?
Oh, man, I have this drink I put together.
Oh, really? What is it?
Oh, yeah, it's a little, I take tomatoes, right, and I squish them up, and it gets real like tomato sauce. And I put that in. And then I take kale salad. I put that in.
What are you making, spaghetti?
I put ginger in it.
Yeah.
Put that in. I put a little cayenne pepper in, a little bell pepper.
Sounds disgusting.
Ernie, he's making lasagna over there.
Sounds disgusting.
Can I get some of your lasagna?
Oh, man, it's the pepper. It makes you pep up.
Yeah, that'll do it for us. Thanks for tuning in.
Also gives
We are live from Amway Center for an Eastern Conference contest with the Magic in Orlando. It's Wednesday Night Basketball, live on 2K Sports. Alongside Greg Anthony and Steve Smith with David Aldridge on the sideline, this is Kevin Harlan. You take a look at the Pistons. They haven't started out with the success they had hoped for, but the season obviously is still very young.
During the course of a long season, every team hits what I call that speed bump. And this team is in that stretch right now. I wouldn't discount them. They still got a chance to be really good. And this could very well just be a bump in the road when we look back on it.
We are nearly ready for the tip-off, but first, let's hear from our very own David Aldridge. DA, it's all yours.
Thanks very much. Andre Drummond is the most prolific rebounder in the league. He said, every time I see a shot go up, it's like a pass to me. Guys focus on points and getting assists. My goal is to go out and get 20 rebounds a night. Kevin?
He definitely is tough to handle in there, David. Thanks so much. In the early part of the season, Steve, if the chemistry isn't working, what can you do to try to fix that chemistry issue?
Obviously, the general manager and the coaches, this is where they have to be communicating amongst one another, and they have to have a great feel. Because if it's not working, and this is where you have to look at maybe benching some guys or possibly trading somebody. But that's where communication comes in. You got to have it from management to coaching to players.
Players want to know, don't they? They don't want to be left in the dark. At least they want to know the lay of the land for them.
Most of the great organizations, the communication's out front, and that's what players love. They love the trust factor from management to coaches to organizations.
Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting five on the floor. On the court for the Pistons, Jackson and Bullock are the 1 and the 2. The big men are Griffin and Drummond, and it's Robinson in at the small forward.
Nice play there from Terrence Ross to create something on the trip and earn his way to the line.
It's his first trip to the line.
And he's putting together a solid year at the free throw line, 79% overall.
That free throw good from Ross. Well, Steve, at the same time that the rest of the NBA seems to be going small, the Pistons are building their fortunes around two traditional big men like Drummond and Blake Griffin. Do you like that direction?
Yeah, I do. Andre Drummond, he has tremendous mobility for his size. And Blake Griffin, he's highly skilled. I think it's about the pieces you put around them, guys that can shoot and guys that can play without the basketball in their hands. Another made free throws. He can get on these kinds of rolls. Great focus.
Jackson kicks to Bullock. Vucevic with the block. Here's Augustine. It's Fournier on the wing. Pass to Augustine. Vucevic up top. Outside Fournier. 5 on the clock. And it's sent back by Drummond. And he gets it back. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. And here's Griffin. He'll bring it up for the Pistons. Bullock passes to Jackson. And just over a minute played here in the start of the game. 2 points. That one goes.
The developing feel Reggie Jackson has for scoring inside, playing much more under control these days.
Inside. And it's Gordon missing.
0 for 3 now in the early going, just a little bit out of sync.
Griffin goes in, and he makes that one.
We know how strong Griffin is, but he has the ability also to adjust his body in midair to draw the contact.
And Smitty, Blake Griffin last season acquired by Detroit at mid-year. How do you like the fit for him with the Pistons?
You know, they needed a playmaker and a shot creator. Also gives them some star power. Putting fans in the seats, that matters.
One shot, gentlemen.
That's good from Blake Griffin. And Blake Griffin draws a lot of fouls from the defense. And you look at his percentage, Steve, at the line. He's turned a weakness certainly into a strength.
It's been a reflection of his work ethic. Year after year, we've seen him make steady improvement at the line.
Fournier's shot is off.
How does he miss that layup? He's too good to be doing that.
And there's Jackson on the assist by Drummond. Jackson's got his second bucket of the game to go.
And we're already seeing a little rhythm out of this offense. They've hit 3 out of 4 so far.
And Fournier kicks to Gordon. Pass to Augustine. Vucevic with it. 17 points for him last game against Cleveland.
And don't forget about the work he did on the boards. His rebounding was a huge help in that game.
Yeah, trying to get going here, but that's an offer for the first 5 here to start the game.
And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Ross. And for a look at how the competition stacks up right now. These, the new power rankings, they tell a great story. You look at Portland. They couldn't hold their position this week, but remain in the top 10.
And checking out Detroit, they're moving in the wrong direction. The good news, though, it's still early in the season. A lot of games left to be played. Plenty of time to turn things around.
Lobbed up there for Drummond. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
I mean, tremendous body control in the air. Andre with the easy catch and flush.
And a tremendous Unleash Chaos replay coming to you courtesy of Under Armour Hover Havoc. Here's Vucevic. An easy 2 points on the layup.
Yeah, good awareness there. He sees an opening and doesn't hesitate.
A lot of laziness going on out there. Still early in the game, but that needs to get worked out.
Now, here is Robinson. To the paint. And then Griffin with the dunk.
And that is in Blake Griffin's DNA, dunking on guys.
The Magic trail by 7. Augustine with it. Guarded now by Jackson. Augustine passes to Vucevic. And then Gordon with the dunk.
And hard to decide which was better, the pass, the catch, or the slam.
Oh, there's no wrong answer. Sensational alley-oop. Now here's Jackson. He's coming off a 19-point game against Miami.
You can't forget about how great he was at forcing contact and getting to the line. He racked up a lot of easy points at the line that way.
Shot clock at 5. The shot. Vucevic with the rebound.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Augustine against Jackson. And Fournier kicks to Ross. To the inside. Here's Augustine. The shot that time not on target. And Detroit the other way now. This, of course, their first opportunity to play Orlando this season.
And they dropped the season series to these guys a year ago. Not their proudest moment.
I'm not sure how you defend that. Drummond with an overwhelming advantage in both size and athleticism.
Now, here's Fournier. What a tremendous game he played against Cleveland. Gordon kicks to Fournier. Rebounded by the Pistons. Drummond's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Robinson passes to Bullock. And that's good. Robinson picking up the assist. Robinson's got his 3rd assist on the night. And it'll be Orlando with their first time out of the game right here. Coming into this having notched a win against Cleveland in their last game.
Yeah, living well from beyond the arc helped them to keep control of that game.
And defensively, guys weren't rotating fast enough or closing out hard enough to prevent it.
And taking a look here at the numbers for Augustine, how he performed last season. 15th in free throw percentage. And he was also extremely dependable behind the three-point line, finishing the season among the top 20 in three-point percentage.
And let's again give him credit for knocking down free throws at such a torrid pace. He was operating in a steady groove all last season. Fournier's shot is off. And here are the Pistons. They're on a 15-4 run. And Griffin, here we go. Here's Jackson. And that basket pushes the lead to double digits. Jackson's got 6.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Jackson against Augustine. The dish to Ross. Now on the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
He has size, but the first step of Terrence Ross is what makes him so good on the drive.
Last outing for the Pistons, it was a loss to the Heat. Jackson kicks to Robinson. Out to the right wing. To the middle. And there's Jackson on the assist by Griffin. 8 points for him.
The new head coach of Detroit is Dwayne Casey. They're lucky he was available. He guided the Raptors to a franchise best 59 wins last season, and he was the coach of the year.
Out of bounds as Orlando keeps possession. Grant, he's checked in for Orlando. Ross kicks to Vucevic. No good from outside. And it goes to show you that any coach can get fired. Casey, one of the most successful, highly regarded coaches in the league. And Smitty still got let go.
If you learn about all he's overcome, all the tough jobs he's worked in the past, you knew he'd take it on the chin and keep on trucking.
Here's Grant after the basket by Detroit. Pass to Gordon. Down low, Griffin with the steal. Robinson finds Griffin. Good, and the assist goes to Robinson. Robinson's got his 4th assist in this one.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Now, here's Grant. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. And Robinson throws it down hard.
Jackson, great anticipation on the steal, then quickly gets them out in transition.
The Magic trail by 17. Now, here's Fournier. No points in the game yet for him. Kicks it to Gordon. Shoots over Bullock. And it's Gordon missing. Gordon's gone 1 of 3 from the field here. Here's Robinson. And the layup's good off the glass. Robinson's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
Time called here. The Magic decide to talk it over. So many different approaches, Steve, on offense. Some guys force the issue, but Steve, who are some guys that really practice patience?
I think LeBron James. I think Kevin Durant. I think Klay Thompson. Anthony Davis. Kawhi Leonard to somewhat of a degree. Chris Paul. There's so many guys. I love the way they can just let the play develop or let the game develop and then they can take over. But those are some of the names I think they play with a lot of patience.
Orlando making some changes. Bamba is checked in for Vucevic. Isaac comes in for Ross. And Jonathan Simmons subbed in for Fournier. Detroit also making some changes. Pachulia, he's checked in for Drummond. Johnson comes in for Glenn Robinson III. And it's Ish Smith in for Reggie Bullock. Now, here's Grant. Shot clock at 6. Great open look there. Isaac's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
Yeah, and he's got a quiet confidence about him, doesn't he, guys? I mean, he's thinking about shooting the ball as the pass is coming.
Jackson against Grant. Oh, Griffin in position. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Blake Griffin was pointing his finger to throw it up way high, and he went, got it, and dunked it home.
The Magic trail by 18. Grant dishes to Gordon. Back to Grant. And there's the pass to Isaac. Gordon kicks to Isaac. Simmons passes to Gordon. The Magic need to get a shot off here. Some nice ball movement by the Magic. Here's Bamba. It's deflected.
And when you look at the stats, Zaza, not a great shot blocker, but gets all of that one.
Martin's checked in for Gordon. Here's Bamba. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
And really, when Bamba has this positioning, you got to get it to him. He's a very reliable scorer from there.
Johnson finds Smith. Back to Johnson. Smith outside. Launches a three. It's hauled in by the Magic.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backboard. And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
Here's Smith after Jaren Grant's bucket. Griffin passes to Pachulia. Inside, Grant. No good. Shot missing. Excellent D there by Johnson. Here's Griffin. And it's sent back by Isaac.
Oh, how about the read from the young fella? Isaac is dependable at anticipating when to go for the block.
And a wide open look for Simmons. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Detroit leading by 14. To the middle. Here's Jackson. It's good. The assist that time from Smith. And that's now 10 points for Reggie Jackson.
That's all confidence right there. He knows he's in a groove, and they've got this team on its heels.
Bamba kicks to Grant. Pass to Isaac. And Martin now top of the key. And now here's Johnson, the fast break chance. Griffin dishes to Pachulia. Knocked loose. And now Isaac running the floor all by himself. A huge slam, the perfect end of the fast break.
Take a look at Isaac there, just patrolling the passing lanes, outstanding at knowing when to anticipate that pass.
Jackson kicks to Griffin, over Martin. Offensive rebound. Here's Pachulia. Oh, went in there and tried to power it down, but drew contact. He'll head to the line. And he's got his first free throw of the game.
And last season, he was successful 81% of the time when he went to the line, so he didn't waste a lot of opportunities.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one.
It's interesting. So many big, bruising centers in the league who can't shoot free throws, but Pachulia's actually pretty good at it.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pistons. John Lure, he's checked in for Griffin. And it's Luke Kennard in for Jackson. And Pachulia drops them both. So it's Orlando now. It's a 16-point game. Grant outside. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. And Jaron Grant, 5 years at Notre Dame, redshirted as a freshman and helped lead them to the Elite Eight back in 2015.
The Irish had a high-powered offense, Kevin. A lot of shooters. A good preparation for him in the NBA.
The free throw drops for Grant. And Grant drops them both. Pistons leading by 14. 50 seconds left here in the first quarter. Smith kicks to Lure. Smith against Grant. Some solid defense from Grant.
And they've come out with a take-no-prisoners approach on the glass here tonight, guys.
And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Grant's got 6.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Here's Kennard, guarded by Simmons. Kennard, the pass to Smith. Here's Lure. That shot misses. Good work defensively by Martin. Grant surveying the D. Now Simmons. He knocks it down right at the buzzer.
That's a shot he'll never forget. As dramatic as they come.
A thrilling way to finish this one.
So as we end the first quarter, already a double-digit ball game. Pistons lead by 10. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter on 2K Sports. One of the most dominant big men in the league, Andre Drummond, says he's learned how to be a leader on this team.
Watching previous guys who've led this team and did the things that they did, I write that kind of stuff in the back of my head and just say, this is something I need to do this. Or if I see something I didn't like, this is something I probably will stay away from. And I think now that I'm in a role where I could kind of lead this team, I kind of have the blueprint on what I need to do to make this team successful.
And, Greg, with Blake Griffin, he's got somebody to take some of that leadership role alongside him.
And those two will be pivotal in deciding just how good this team can be.
And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And, guys, what's your take on the Pistons so far?
Yeah, so many of their points coming in the paint. That they're running the offense all the way through.
And their coach likes it. Working for high percentage looks and converting them.
Bamba is out there with Martin. Then there's Grant. Then there's Jonathan Isaac. And it's Simmons in at the 2 spot. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Magic. Now here is Smith. Here's Kennard. The three-pointer, no good. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Well, guys, the Orlando Magic has struggled to find difference-making players in the draft or in free agency. Their goal is to get younger but get better at the same time. And it's difficult to do, even in the Eastern Conference, but Orlando is determined to get this right. Kevin?
And the journey continues for them and a lot of teams. D.A., thank you. Isaac kicks to Grant. Pass to Bamba. Three-pointer. But they get it back. Back to Grant. Clock at 6. The second chance effort. Here's Martin. They had a number of cracks at it, but came away empty-handed. Here's Kennard. Guarded by Simmons. Pachulia kicks to Smith. Passes it to Lure. Here's Kennard. Over Simmons. That one wide left. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Tipped away and taken away by Johnson. Grant against Smith to the inside. It's tipped. Here's Kennard. The shot, no good. Some solid defense from Grant. Isaac passes to Bamba. And the dunk by Bamba.
Yeah, love watching Isaac find the open teammate. Has great floor awareness out there and just knows when one of his guys has a clean look.
Smith kicks to Kennard. Back to Smith. Right wing. Here's Lure. It's good. The assist that time from Smith. Smith's got 3 assists now in this one.
Taking what the defense offers up, Smith with good vision there finds the open man.
Time called here. The Magic decide to talk it over.
Ish Smith, an excellent backup point guard, more than capable of holding down the starting spot as well.
So Orlando going with an almost entirely new group here. Vucevic checked in for Martin. Ross comes in for Jonathan Isaac. Evan Fournier's checked in for Simmons. And DJ Augustine subbed in for Grant. Detroit also making some changes. Andre Drummond's checked in for Pachulia. And Robinson III comes in for Johnson. And it's Reggie Bullock in for Kennard. Well, Steve Ish Smith with speed to burn. Man, can he fly.
Like a rocket, he pushes the pace. As fast as he plays, he keeps his turnovers extremely low.
And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. Smitty, you look at how teams run their offensive sets. Are we in a pick and roll era right now, or has the tide shifted away from that a little?
No, I think so. I think we're looking at a lot of teams running pick and roll, especially we have 2 fantastic players involved. It's hard to defend, especially when there's a great talent at the guard spot and a big, then it's hard for you to switch. But I'm looking at it right now because of spacing, because of the use of the corner 3, we're looking at a lot more pick and rolls used at the top of the key versus when I played, we used a lot of side pick and rolls.
And not just smalls given to bigs, but bigs throwing down low to smalls.
Yeah, and a lot of these bigs are running the pick and rolls, and the guards are setting the picks.
Right. And so he makes both from the line. Here's Smith. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. He kicks to Lure. Back to Smith. To the paint. It's tipped. It's stolen by Vucevic. Fournier, that's for 2. The basket is good. The assist from Augustine. Fournier's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And you see the coach saying, no, no, no. Then yes, yes, yes.
Smith against Augustine. Poked loose and stolen by Fournier. And they're on the break. Pulls up for 3. Yep, it goes. And the Piston lead is cut down to just 4 points in the bucket from Augustine.
Well, this here is a game. Good run to close the gap.
Well, they knew they weren't just going to be given this game. They had to go out and take it, and they're close.
Now, here is Smith. And the pass to Bullock. From deep three-point range, Fournier pulls it down. And here's Fournier. He brings it up for the Magic. Beyond the arc. A shot off that time.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole because he is just not there offensively.
Pistons passing it around. That one goes in. Lure's got 5 points so far.
And for those who criticize Drummond facilitating, I say rewatch that play. He's improving.
And here is Bamba. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Cleveland.
And he wreaked havoc on defense with 4 steals for the game.
Now here's Bullock. After the miss from Vucevic. Here's Lure. It's deflected.
And the giant wingspan of Bamba strikes again. Just fantastic at spiking shots in a variety of ways. Oh, such a feel shot there, the floater.
Pistons leading by 4. Smith kicks to Lure. Back to Smith. Augustine with the steal. And now Orlando on the break. Augustine with the ball. Pass to Vucevic. To the middle. Augustine with it. Here is Ross. Taking a look at the scoring numbers. Right now he averages about 9 points a game.
And just a great job of controlling that defensive backboard, then getting out in transition. That's been the difference.
Now here is Smith. Kicks to Robinson. From beyond the arc. Here's Drummond. And there's the bucket. Staying with it on the offensive glass. Getting it done. Drummond's got his 3rd basket of the night right there. Augustine against Smith. And it's Vucevic missing.
I'll tell you, he just hasn't been able to get it done on the offensive end. It's kind of dragged down the team.
Smith kicks to Lure. Stolen by Bamba. Here's Ross, and there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And there's the foul against Detroit. The Magic have been perfect so far from the free throw line, 6 for 6.
And typically a strength of theirs, 79% on the season.
That free throw good from Ross.
And guys, this is the way to stay in the game. They're doing a masterful job from the line. Perfect this quarter.
Aaron Gordon, he's checking in for Vucevic. Detroit also making some changes. Blake Griffin, he's checked in for John Lure. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Ish Smith. And both free throws good for Ross. Smitty, you had an unbelievable career. Was there any chance or opportunity that you did not take that you wish you had?
You know, Kevin, it's 3 of them. One, I had a chance to be traded to the New York Knicks. I always wondered what it would be like to play in New York. They call that the Mecca. I didn't take that chance. I think second was to get a chance to play overseas at the end of my career. I think those are the 2 things that I wish I had a chance to go back. I would make a different choices.
Here's Fournier after the made shot from Andre Drummond. Fournier, and the jumper is good. Fournier's got 6 points in the quarter.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter, and now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
Oh, Griffin in position, hammers the alley-oop through.
That's the leadership they're looking for from Jackson. Staying patient, surveying the court, locates the open man.
The Magic trail by 4. Augustine passes to Fournier. Bamba kicks to Augustine. Pass to Ross. Outside Gordon. No good from outside. Pistons leading by 4. And stolen by Gordon. Fournier gets a wide open look. And good. Coming in on the assist by DJ Augustine.
Further proof that you can't leave anyone in this league that wide open.
Jackson looking it over. He's looking for Drummond and finds him. Robinson kicks to Griffin. Back to Robinson. And Detroit with another turnover here.
All right, a chance to check out stats for Andre Drummond. Great showing for him last season. Last season, he averaged 15 points a game, 16 rebounds, and 3 assists. And for a reserve big man, not a big drop-off when he checks in the game.
Totally. You want your team to at least hold court when the reserves come in. He definitely keeps you solid up front.
Now, here's Fournier. 9 points in the game so far. Gordon kicks to Fournier. Shot clock at 5. Here's Ross. And Griffin sends it back.
I love the defensive intensity from Blake Griffin on that play.
Here's Jackson. Back to Drummond. Got a piece of it. And here we go with the Magic fast break. Fournier finds Ross. He made that one. Basket number 3 for him. He's also missed 2.
He's just one of those guys who just knows how to generate offense regardless of the situation.
Passes it to Griffin. Outside for Robinson. And then Robinson slams it in.
I love that play right there. You see the patience of Blake. Doesn't force anything, just waits for his man to break free.
Orlando trailing here. Outside Fournier. Gordon inside. He's guarded by Bullock. It's through for his second basket. He's now 2 for 6.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
And the Pistons decide to take their first timeout right here.
Well, sometimes it just takes an opportunity in the NBA, and Aaron Gordon has made the most of it. Since taking over that power forward role full-time, he has shown remarkable improvement. Plays with more confidence and aggression on offense and has transformed himself as a player.
For the Magic, Jonathan Isaac, he's checked in for Ross. Jonathan Simmons comes in for Fournier. And it's Grant in for Augustine. And then for Detroit, Pachulia, he's checked in for Drummond. Stanley Johnson comes in for Robinson. And it's Luke Kennard in for Reggie Bullock. And for Gordon, in his first full season as a starter, he instantly became a star in the league.
And when he was taken 4th overall, this was the type of player the team was hoping he'd become. His outside shot has improved by leaps and bounds and always plays with speed and athleticism. And now I think he's got a much more fully rounded game, which makes him dangerous.
And Aaron Gordon gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Detroit's gone 2 for 5 from three-point land since the end of the first. Jackson down low. Grant on him. Pachulia trying to break loose. Jackson gets the bucket.
And we're seeing more of this from Jackson. Under heavy fire, attacking inside.
They get the rebound. And a good offensive board. And he gets the bucket. And it's 6 points for Mohamed Bamba.
Fantastic positioning on that offensive board. Then right back up.
Jackson passes to Pachulia. Back to Jackson. Here's Kennard. Tries again. Battles through traffic and lays it in. And the Pistons lead by 4.
Oh, easy putback. No one got a body on it.
And there's one thing you're trying to minimize. It's second chance opportunities. Poor defensive rebounding for them.
And the call will be against Luke Kennard. That is his first foul of the game. And the Magic making a change here. Martin's checked in. .29 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Jackson against Grant. Fires for 3. That one's all good. Now he's 3 for 5 from the field. Here's Jackson. He's got 12. Right side, Griffin. Over Gordon. Gordon with the defensive effort. And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. The Pistons on top, leading by a point. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thanks. Here with Coach Clifford. What was the biggest problem for your guys in the first half?
Well, you know what? We're a defensive team first, and we've been good defensively. We've been organized. We weren't that in that first half, and that's what we got to concentrate on to get the game going back our way.
See if you revert back to your form in the second half. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away after the break. We'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, folks, welcome back. Ernie Johnson alongside the Jet. That's Kenny Smith. The Diesel, that's Shaquille O'Neal. A lot of big-time action so far in this one. Some incredible work in this one by Blake Griffin. He had 14 points, 2 steals, and 5 assists. Kenny, what's your take on Detroit so far?
I was super impressed with their shot selection. I think that was part of the strategy coming in. They wanted to be patient with the basketball, move it around, and get high percentage looks. Obviously, that's going to be big.
And Shaq, let's get your input on the Magic.
Well, one thing happened that really helped them out. Their bench came in and played absolutely beautiful. Gave them a huge boost. Not just trying to hold court, but actually putting points on the scoreboard. These guys should be starting, Ernie.
And that should do it. With the second half about to begin, let's send you back to Kevin Harlan. Go back to Kevin Harlan. Go. Just go over there.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. You look at Blake Griffin in this game, he's been everywhere.
And he's been a monster in this game, throwing down some huge dunks. And I wasn't sure the rim would even survive in that first half.
And I can't wait to see what he has in store during this second half. Some of those jams were downright absurd.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. And so it's Jackson who brings it up for Detroit. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead. And Detroit, looking at who they've got, the big men are Griffin and Drummond. Jackson and Bullock are the 1 and the 2. And it's Robinson in at the 3 spot. So it's the Pistons now. They lead by 1. To the inside. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop.
Great job preventing that ball from coming into the post. Might have been an easy 2 if the defense wasn't there.
There's the pass to Ross. 6 on the shot clock. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. Bullock dishes to Griffin. Jackson trying to break free. A nice shot by Griffin. Griffin's got the first points to start out the third quarter for Detroit. Augustine against Jackson. Left side Fournier. Back to Vucevic. Augustine looking around. Inside, he's looking for Gordon and finds him. And Griffin sends it back. And they call the foul, so he's got the and 1 chance here to make it a 3-point play.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
You know, and Reggie Jackson, a really solid first season and a half in Detroit, but the last 2 seasons, injuries have really held him back.
And Reggie Jackson in 2016-17 battling knee tendonitis. Last season, Greg, a severe right ankle sprain.
I mean, he's so important in terms of his impact for the Pistons. An athletic, physical player. When he's right, he can be a difference maker on both ends.
For Orlando, they have been at their finest form at the free throw line tonight. 8 attempts, 8 makes.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
That free throw good from Ross. Pistons leading by 3. 90 seconds now into the second half. To the left side wing. Robinson kicks to Drummond. Puts up a 3. Robinson misses. Orlando, they've gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. Here's Fournier, and Orlando again with the bucket.
The D gave him too good of a look right there. He rose up and knocked it down easily.
The Pistons have gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. On the wing, Jackson, headed by Augustine. That one goes. Count it. And that's 21 points for Blake Griffin.
He's in a beautiful rhythm. Right now, he's knocking down shots, and he has that scorer's mindset.
Here's Augustine. The shot, no good. Some solid defense there from Jackson. Griffin goes in, and oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
Reggie Jackson, a great season and a half spent in Detroit. Since that time, injuries have slowed him down.
And Jackson dealing with knee tendonitis, Steve, then last season a serious ankle sprain.
Grade 3, as bad as it gets. One of the league's most imposing point guards. He's got to be right, though.
First one falls for him.
You know, thinking back, Chauncey Billups once said Griffin might be too nice of a guy, yet he's a league leader in technicals almost every season.
Griffin hits them both. Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. Augustine against Jackson. Outside Fournier. He kicks it to Ross. 5 to shoot. Pass to Augustine. From deep. It's Drummond with the rebound. Drummond's got 13 rebounds in the game. Class eating. Robinson, that's good.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Now here's Fournier. He's got 11. The Magic again can't hit.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
Yep, that one goes in there. And 12 points for Robinson.
And just building on to the lead, extending it, trying their best to put this one away.
You sense the game has a number of ways it can go. All you can do is your very best at that moment.
Orlando with the ball, following the bucket by the Pistons. And it's sent back by Drummond.
Andre Drummond with the wingspan of 7'6". It's going to be hard to get it over him.
Detroit making a switch here. Lewis checked in. Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
No good again that time. Pistons leading by 9. Down low. Pistons keep it alive. Knocked loose. Out of bounds. Orlando takes possession.
And let's look now. Aaron Gordon's numbers. Good season for him last year. Averaged 17 points a game, 8 rebounds, and 2 assists. And, guys, he's making winning plays. It's as simple as that. Not a star player per se, but he makes his presence felt.
And the numbers, they back it up. Whether he can sustain this level of production, we don't know. But the arrow's pointing upward right now.
To the paint. They get a hand on it. Vucevic. And good. Coming in on the assist by DJ Augustine. Augustine's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Now, here is Smith. Lure with it. Back to Smith. 8 feet away. And it's in there. And the Pistons lead by 9.
Is he skinny? You bet. But Ish with enough strength to finish through contact.
Augustine against Smith. Count it. Augustine's got 9 points.
Yeah, going to the floater right there. That was pretty.
And so it's Smith with it. He'll bring it up for the Pistons. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead. Now here's Ross. 13 points in the game. Kicks to Fournier. Shoots over Bullock. And the shot is long.
And I'll tell you, the sooner this quarter can end, the happier he'll be. It's been tough making shots.
Robinson, that's good.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Now here is Augustine. He's got 9. Here's Gordon. And it's Lure with the rebound.
And they continue to control the glass.
Lobbed up there for Drummond. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down. That gives him a double-double in this one. 10 points and 16 rebounds. And that unleashed chaos replay presented by Under Armour. Hover Havoc, giving us a chance to relive that exciting play. Time called here. The Magic decide to talk it over.
Yeah, the amount of points they've given up here in the paint, that's what they got to talk about.
You know, for the most part, their perimeter D is holding up, but they might have to sacrifice some of that to close down the lane.
Orlando making some changes. Isaac's checked in for Ross, and it's Grant in for Augustine. Detroit also making some changes. Stanley Johnson comes in for Robinson, and it's Luke Kennard in for Reggie Bullock.
Oh, Kevin, get a load of that one. Take that play and put it in the alley-oop textbook, boys.
Perfectly done. You're right. He put it on a platter for him. Smith on the wing. Down low. And up the court come the Magic on the break. Isaac with the ball. They get the rebound. Gordon the pass to Isaac. For 3, Fournier. Rebound by the Pistons.
Obviously, this has been a tough quarter for him, but he's still trying to keep a positive mindset.
Here's Lure. The shot's good on the assist by Johnson. Lure's got 7 points.
And really the story of the half, one team shooting it lights out. The other, the lights are just out.
You know what? It's 2 competing philosophies. One team playing it close to the vest, the other fast and loose.
Now here's Johnson. Jaren Grant missing his last shot. Puts it up. And that one's good. Drummond. 12 points for him.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
The Magic trail by 13. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Grant outside. Here's Smith. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It goes on Jaren Grant.
Signature drive by Ish. Even though the defense knows it's coming, his quickness is hard to match up with.
The Pistons shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here. The first one falls.
You know, the way he plays the game, he's always in attack. This is the one area I think he definitely has to improve on in his career. Ish Smith is knocking down free throws.
Here's what Orlando's going with right now. Bamba is checked in for Gordon, and Simmons subbed in for Fournier. Smith hits them both.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
And so here's Orlando, down by 15. Grant outside. Pass to Simmons. Back to Grant. With the teardrop, and he lays it up and in. Grant's got 11. Pistons leading by 13. Smith kicks to Drummond. The floater, and Vucevic pulls it down. Orlando's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third, still 0 for 3. Isaac passes to Grant, and stolen by Drummond. Johnson surveying the floor, and it's Drummond with the jam.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there. Smith against Grant. Outside, Simmons. From outside, off the mark.
If you're trying to keep the defense honest, that's the one you really have to make.
Releases from 15. The shot is good off the backboard. Kennard's got his second bucket of the night.
An open jump shot there, and their D not putting up any resistance today.
Luke Kennard, the 12th pick in the 2017 draft out of Duke, an outstanding shooter and has a lot more to show in his game.
Now here's Isaac. 7 points in the game, just 5 on the clock. Shoots from 14, no good from Grant. Detroit leading by 17. To the paint, here's Lure, and he finishes nicely on the layup. He's got 9.
It's fine to extend your defense to try and create turnovers, but guys have to help each other.
That's been a problem for them all game. Teamwork is something you just can't turn on and off.
Lobbed up there for Drummond. He can't get it to go.
And a little frustration now, missing on the catch and flush.
You know, because it's all about timing, just unable to connect. One of those plays you really want back.
Now here is Smith. 19-point lead, which is the largest margin in the game. Passes it to Johnson. Isaac with the steal. The numbers in their favor. Grant with the ball. And it's Johnson picking him up. Grant finds Vucevic. Back to Grant. With some arc. And that's 2 points on the layup. Grant's got 4 points this quarter.
Playing big, willing to go toe-to-toe against a guy who towers over him.
And did you see the separation he got? It's an art, creating that kind of space.
Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over. And Jonathan Isaac making progress, but he was drafted knowing he had a lot of work to do.
Yeah, and you really shouldn't try and compare Isaac to the rest of his draft class. He's going to be on a different timeline as far as his development goes. Might take longer for him to be ready, but the payoff, man, could be huge as his ceiling is really high.
Martin's checked in for the Magic. Detroit also making some changes. Pachulia, he's checked in for Andre Drummond. Blake Griffin comes in for John Lure. And it's Jackson in for Ish Smith.
And this is the value of letting the play develop. You find the weakness in the defense.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Bamba wide open, and he fires. And it's off from three-point range.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
Second shot opportunity. Kennard's shot is off.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Inside. Grant. That's good. Grant's got 15 points.
He's done his job tonight scoring the basketball, but they've still been outplayed overall.
Outside Jackson. Pachulia kicks to Griffin. Knocked away. Isaac with the steal. to the paint. Here's Grant. Lays it up and banks it in. 17 points in the game.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Pachulia the pass to Jackson. The shot's good. And the Pistons lead by 17.
The way he glides around the court doesn't look like Jackson is moving as fast as he really is.
Now Grant. 17 points in the game. Now the pass to Simmons. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
Yeah, how about that one? Able to maintain control and finish the play.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
And that one misses. Here's Kennard. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. Blake Griffin getting it done for Detroit. They've leaned on him for offense, and he hasn't let them down. He's now up to 23 points today. And we'll be right back after this. And from the most recent huddle, let's listen in on head coach Dwayne Casey.
Solid defense wins this game right here. All right, getting stops and take whatever offense gives us. Keep moving the basketball. Solid.
Well, just taking things one, step at a time, Greg, imploring his guys to be smart with the ball.
A sound strategy. Dwayne Casey proving what a great communicator he is.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. The lengthy bigs inside, Isaac and Bamba. Simmons is out there with Grant, and it's Ross in at the 3. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Magic.
And with Mohamed Bamba, one of the first things you notice is that 7'9" wingspan. I mean, yeah, he's got to add more muscle on that frame, but he can use that reach already to make an impact at both ends.
One shot.
And with Bamba, in addition to his crazy length, you also get a player who's extremely smart.
How about getting scholarship offers from Ivy League schools, including Harvard? You can see him thinking on the court. He's deliberate in the things that he does. Bright future ahead for him.
Now here's Griffin. Back to Robinson. And the foul called on Terrence Ross. That's his first foul. DJ Augustine's checked in for Orlando. Here's Jackson. Got it. Good job in the low post. And the Pistons lead by 14.
And you're seeing it with Jackson tonight. When he gets in a real rhythm, man, he can light up the scoreboard.
Augustine with it. Guarded now by Jackson. Good on the triple. 16 points for Terrence Ross.
Bad communication defensively. This is the last guy you want to leave open from there.
Griffin trying to get open. Good for the basket. Number 9. He's only missed 2 shots from the floor all night.
Lots of contact. Jackson with the strength to power through. Something he didn't have when he first entered the league.
Pass to Ross. Over Robinson. No good from Ross.
Went to the fadeaway. Didn't need to, though. Probably cost him some points.
Robinson dishes to Griffin. Back to Robinson. Out left to the wing. Puts it up. And it's off the back rim. No good.
Coming down the stretch here, holding the lead. You like him to be more efficient offensively.
Good work there as it goes.
And it's all about the release when you shoot the floater.
And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for the Pistons. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead. At the elbow, Griffin. And Griffin slams it in.
Blake is deadly as the picker in the pick and roll situation. Reason why, when he rolls, he catches it. He covers so much ground.
The Magic trail by 13. Stolen by Jackson. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. And that one falls for Jackson.
You know, he was the 24th pick in 2011. I think it's safe for us to say Jackson's outplayed that draft slot.
Gordon's checked in for Orlando. Evan Fournier comes in for Simmons. Jackson hits both of them. The Magic trail by 15. And Augustine kicks to Fournier. Back to Augustine. Stolen by Robinson. To the middle. And it goes down 2 points.
Nice interior passing. And then the strong finish.
The Magic have gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. Pass to Ross. In the corner, it's Gordon. Off target from outside. Pistons leading by 17. And Robinson wide open. He shoots. Rebound by the Magic. Bamba's got 7 rebounds in the game. To the inside. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Pachulia.
And how about the reaction time on D there? Almost comes up with the pick.
You know, these are the little plays that can add up when you look over the course of a game.
And just about 3 minutes through the fourth quarter here. And Augustine kicks to Fournier. Just 5 on the clock. In the corner, it's Gordon. Off target with his 3. For Detroit, they've gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the fourth. A pretty nice efficiency there. The shot's good from Griffin.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Now, here's Fournier. Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. Ross. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Shooting 2.
That free throw good from Ross. Steve, the NBA playing games in foreign countries now during the regular season. You think that'll become a more common occurrence?
I do, Kevin. I think they do a good job of getting a chance to, I would say, gather all the fans around the globe. Our game is going more global. And I think some of the players and some of the teams, they love it. I think a lot of times if they make sure the NBA, they're not sending the exact same teams and get a chance to spread the wealth, I think it's a great idea.
Now here's Jackson. Over to the left wing. Griffin passes to Bullock. Over Gordon. And it's Bullock missing.
And you see why his reputation is so strong defensively. He allows no separation.
And so many defenses are not designed to take away the mid-range jumper, but he's given nothing away.
Oh, that's a major league throwdown.
Keeps a tight grip on that rim, too, after the finish. Inside. Stolen by Bamba. And here's Augustine. Dishes it to Fournier. Shoots over Griffin. Fournier's shot is off.
Trying to shoot his way out of this slump, but thus far, not working.
You know what? At some point, you have to decide. Do you keep pressing the issue, or do you focus on setting up others?
Here's a look at the schedule for the Orlando Magic. On Friday, they'll take on John Wall and the Washington Wizards. And then on Sunday, they'll go up against Kristaps Porzingis and the New York Knicks.
And that matchup against the Sixers, it's going to be an all-out battle. And you just hope they are rested and able to execute their game plan, as it's going to be a tremendous challenge.
No good on the free throw. And he can't make the second free throw either, missing both.
Tough. He's just so hard to keep off the foul line when he pushes the action. I love his activity here in the second half.
That one goes in. And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for the Pistons. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead. To the middle. Here's Pachulia. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. Jackson's got his 9th assist in the game now. Here's Augustine. Outside Fournier. Back to Augustine. Clock at 6. And Griffin sends it back. Jackson against Augustine. Here's Griffin. No good with the triple.
And this is what he gives you, the ability to contest the shot without fouling.
Perimeter defense at a premium these days. You see the value in this kind of effort.
Now here's Fournier. Shoots over Bullock. And Pachulia pulls it down. Pachulia's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. And it's Mohamed Bamba with the foul. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
And now only 1 away from being in the penalty.
Here's Griffin. Robinson down low. He's guarded by Ross. Griffin makes it off the glass. Griffin's got 15 points here in the second half.
You know, it's not just the power of Griffin, it's the skill set. Reliable inside.
Here's Augustine. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Two shots.
And he makes the first. Both free throws good from Augustine. So it's the Pistons now. 15-point game. Augustine against Jackson. Beyond the arc. Outside for Robinson. That one no good. The Magic go the other way with it, and Reggie Bullock gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Now here's Fournier. He's guarded by Bullock. Fournier against Griffin. Here's the floater. And Griffin sends it back. Now here's Bullock. He's guarded by Fournier. Griffin kicks to Jackson. Shot's good. Griffin making the play. 23 points for Reggie Jackson.
Looking at Reggie's motion, it's a little bit of a push shot, but able to get it to go.
Augustine with it. Pass to Gordon. Over Griffin. The offensive rebound. Nice shot there by Bamba.
The activity from Bamba when he's playing with a high motor, watch out.
Augustine against Jackson. He kicks to Griffin. And jammed down, and he goes right on top of Aaron Gordon.
Blake Griffin's teammates have to say wow, because they get the chance night in and night out to see something fantastic.
The Magic trail by 18. Fournier dishes to Augustine. The pass to Ross. And the three off target.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Well, with Reggie Bullock showing himself to be a terrific secondary scorer.
Doesn't try to do too much, hardly ever turns it over. He's gotten better at attacking and creating for himself and his teammates.
Two shots. Relax on the first.
No good on that one. And the second free throw, good. Here's Augustine bringing it up now for the Orlando Magic, trailing by 19. Bamba with it, now guarded by Pachulia. Gordon for three, and Pachulia pulls it down. Pachulia's got 10 rebounds here tonight, so active. Robinson misses. Orlando's gone into a funk from downtown in the fourth. Only one of their 5 3-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket. Now here's Ross. That's a basket. His 8th from the field, 8 of 14.
Ross didn't seem bothered at all by the contact there. Nice finish.
Pistons leading by 17. Outside Jackson. Kicks it to Pachulia.
Yeah, easy call.
Shooting two, gentlemen.
And he knocks down the first one. That one is no good. The Magic trail by 18. Shot from free throw range, and there are the Magic with another bucket.
And how about the move he made there to come up and get himself clear in the lane for the deuce?
Jackson kicks to Griffin. Outside for Robinson. Kept alive. Pachulia. And Pachulia with the dunk.
And this is how Pachulia gets a lot of his points. Crashing the glass.
Now a timeout called by Orlando. Blake Griffin really making a difference here.
You know, he's been a one-man wrecking crew down low. His consistent scoring has dictated the pace of this game. We'll see if they decide to front him, bring a quick double, or maybe even both to try to slow him down.
And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Blake Griffin.
And guys, he's been about as close to perfection as you can be. The intensity he's played with has been amazing. Just no let up. And as fired up as he's been, he's never let his emotions get out of control.
He'd finally had enough of their losing streak, and it's going to take something special to regain some kind of momentum. And his effort has been very special tonight. The Magic shooting 44% in the fourth. The offense with some ups and downs. Now here is Augustine. Outside Fournier. From past the arc. Here's Bamba. It's in and good for his 6th field goal in 10 attempts.
Loving the toughness there from Bamba. Just needs to keep proving that he's not to be messed with.
Jackson against Augustine. And that's good. Reggie Jackson for 3. Jackson's got 12 points now in the quarter.
And we see it all the time, guys. You get the big lead, maybe check out mentally, but not tonight.
They have this game in hand, but they're still pouring it on.
And count it, the shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line.
Yeah, and even though Bamba's going to have to add muscle, he's strong enough to power that one through the contact.
One shot, gentlemen.
Pistons leading by 16. Now Jackson. Got a piece of it. And here is Ross, stolen by Robinson.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority, very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for the Pistons.
I think the attitude was very impressive. Definitely a competitive game, and they fought through it each step of the way.
Absolutely. They put on a tremendous performance in terms of the effort and intensity. This was a well-deserved win.
And during the long NBA season, each contest important here tonight. Tonight's win will give them 4 on the season.
And against a conference opponent, always good to take that first win of the season series to establish a psychological edge.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Blake Griffin.
When it comes to protecting the rim, there are numerous ways to do that. The most exciting of those, just send shots back. And that's what he did tonight in volume.
Shooting 2.
The first free throw is good. Vucevic checked in for Bamba. Both free throws good from Augustine. They can take their time on this possession.
It wouldn't be a bad idea. Just give themselves a little bit of a break.
And again, it's the Pistons missing. Here's Augustine bringing it up now for Orlando. A 12-point game. No good from Ross.
No hesitation. He took it right to the rack. But a quick reaction by the defense.
Outside Jackson. It's stolen by Vucevic. The shot and game clock separated by 4. And Griffin sends it back. And so the Pistons can now just hold on to the ball. Robinson for 3 drains the three-pointer.
Tremendous effort here on the road. That plane ride home is going to be sweet.
They better have some extra goodies on that plane, because after this blowout, they deserve to be rewarded.
And so Detroit takes this one by a big margin. They came in here and took care of business like they were the home team.
And Kevin, how about the mental toughness that this group showed? They were never rattled at all by the opposing fans.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you very much, Blake. Another good night of work offensively. How does the team build on this?
Just keep that rhythm. You know, we're not always going to hit shots every night. Some nights the shots aren't going to fall. So just keeping that rhythm, keeping the ball moving, talking on defense, and relying on each other.
Congrats on a great win, Blake. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David. Great job. Thanks so much. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long, everyone.